Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the Fighting for Truth Behind the Scenes. Today I'll be going over the 4th day of shooting and showing you guys some new additions to our filmmaking armory. So, first off, we do have behind the scenes footage that we can show you this time. I made sure that someone was shooting. It's not a ton, but at least we have some, so here's the footage.
He knows he wants it.
So I'm going to go like this and I'm just going to put it down like that. Like that. And then I'm going to try whatever like that. I'm going to try and hit your shoulder. Yeah. And then just block it away. So as I said, it's not a ton of behind the scenes footage, but at least we had some to show you. Because last couple of episodes I haven't, and I kind of felt bad about that. So the scene that we were shooting is the first scene in Act 3 of the movie, so it's just at the start of the climax. It takes place at a parking ramp, which we used one that's about 20 minutes from my house. We went on a weekend so that it was basically dead, and we only had a short window of time that we could shoot, so we shot the whole thing handheld with our shoulder rig, which I showed you in episode 2, I believe. So if you want to go see that, I have the links to the other episodes in the description. Go check it out. And the reason I decided to go completely handheld is, well, first of all, we didn't have time to lock down the camera all the time. And honestly, shooting a scene like this is better handheld because it gives it a little bit more of a suspense and just awesomeness to it, I guess. So on the day, we shot 2 scenes. One is a dialogue scene and the other is a fight scene, which the dialogue scene is actually pretty small, but the fight scene is really big. I mean, like, this is going to be the biggest fight scene that we've done in all of our movies so far. But unfortunately, due to just the amount of time that we had and we were rushing, a lot of the footage hasn't turned out, mainly the first part of the dialogue scene and the middle of our fight scene. So we are going to end up having to reshooting a big bulk of the stuff that we shot. And that stinks, but honestly, I'd rather reshoot than just pass the bad footage and have the movie come out with less quality than it probably should, because we're putting a lot of work into this, and if it means reshooting, then I think it's worth it, because the movie will ultimately turn out better because of our reshoots. Just for those of you that feel a passion for filmmaking and are maybe making your own films or want to, a suggestion is don't rush, because in Looking for Truth, we reshot the scene, a couple of scenes at Bill's house, including the fight scene 3 times, and yeah, that just, it's not a good option. It's not a good option for sanity, first of all, because that scene got really boring to do, and then just for not wasting time, because we spent a good 2.5 hours and we're only going to be able to use half of the footage that we got in that time. So if at all possible, avoid rushing, because it never turns out as good as you hope it would. So now I said that I'm going to show you some new additions to the InFocus Arts filmmaking armory. I mean that in a sense of like gear. We didn't like stock up on guns or something, because There's actually 3 things that I'm going to show you, so let's get started with that. So this first thing that I'm going to show you, I've been wanting for probably since I started making movies, so about a year and a half, but just due to needing a camera to make movies with, this kind of got outruled. But now that we were really needing this for Fighting for Truth, I decided to save up the money and buy it, and that thing was a lighting kit. This is only one of the lights that came with the kit. It comes with 3. It's about $80. Now, you might be saying that's insanely cheap for a lighting setup, but this is not a professional lighting setup. It's not like Kino's or any kind of gear like that. It's meant for first timers, but it works perfectly for what I want to use it for. Each comes with its own dimmer, so you can dim the light, you can make it brighter, softer, brighter, softer, etc. And then they each have, and then they all have these special bulbs. I don't know what kind of bulbs they are. I'm hoping that none of these burn out anytime soon, because I have no idea where to get them. If you know where to get them, please leave it in the comments, because I don't know. And then they each come with matte boxes. This is mainly for being able to form the light the way you want it to. Like if you want it to just be like full on, like a sun or something, then you're gonna want to do it like that. If you want to keep it like a point, like a spotlight or something, you're gonna want to keep it as tight as you can. And then if you just wanted to shine on like half a person's face, do it like that. There are so many options with this kind of a light. Now again, this is not a professional light. If you have the money, I would suggest getting professional gear that's going to last you a lot longer than these will. But if you don't have the money to afford professional lights, like most people don't, I would suggest getting these because it's a great starting point. So moving on to the second new piece of filmmaking goodness that we just got. It's a small thing in the eyes of most people, but in terms of making production days go smoother and just saving tempers, I guess, this is a really big thing, and I'm talking about replacement batteries. I have now 3 of these. One came with my camera and I just got 2 more. These I am suggesting as a must, and there are 2 reasons for that. First, it is really annoying to have to keep running back and forth charging one battery, even if you have 2. I suggest getting 3. I have 3, and it's really helpful. I don't think we've run out of batteries since we've been shooting Fighting for Truth, and as I said, the first day was a 6-hour shoot, so these are a must. So the third and last thing that I wanted to show you that we've recently acquired for filmmaking, which are bounces. If you don't know what a bounce is, it's meant to reflect a light either onto your subject or away from your subject. The one that I got also comes with a diffuser, which diffuses light, hence the name. These are really helpful, and I suggest having these. So I said I was only going to show you 3 things, but I actually just remembered that we recently got a really cool piece of wardrobe that I wanted to show you. It's awesome. Tactical vests. Now I can't tell you what we're going to use them for, but I'll just tell you this. It's going to be awesome. So that concludes the 4th episode of Fighting for Truth Behind the Scenes. If you want to check out the people that help make these InFocusArts films possible, go to Fishbowl Bob Productions and 2020 Vision Studios. I'll have their links in the description. And then just one really quick thing. We recently finished the first of the Fighting for Truth posters. We're going to do 7 of them. We've finished 2, and I just want to show them to you guys. Here's the first one. And here's the second one. So So if it's not too much trouble, please vote on which one you think is the best so that I know how to style the remaining 4 posters that we're going to do. So I'll see you in the next episode.